Vivian Vance made millions laugh as Ethel Mertz in I Love Lucy. But her real life was far from funny. While she was loved on screen, off-screen she carried deep pain and secrets that few ever knew. Behind the bright smile and perfect comedic timing was a woman who faced loneliness, heartbreak, and hidden struggles. Most people remember her as Lucy's best friend, but few know about the private mansion she kept, her mysterious love life, and how her story ended in silence. This is the real story of Vivian Vance, one that Hollywood never showed, and one you won't forget. Before we dive into video, please subscribe our channel. Vivian Vance was born on July 26, 1909, in the small town of Cherryvale, Kansas. Her real name was Vivian Roberta Jones. She grew up in a strict, deeply religious household, where her mother strongly disapproved of her interest in acting. From a young age, Vivian dreamed of being on stage, but her desire to perform was seen as sinful and inappropriate by her family. This created a lot of emotional tension and guilt during her childhood. Despite her mother's harsh rules and discouragement, Vivian remained determined to follow her passion. As a teenager, she would sneak out of the house to perform in local theater productions, often facing punishment when caught. These early experiences shaped her into a resilient and independent young woman who learned to fight for her dreams even when no one believed in her. Vivian's early life was also marked by struggles with her mental health. She suffered from depression and low self-esteem, partly due to the emotional abuse she experienced at home. She often felt unloved and unwanted, especially compared to her siblings. These feelings stayed with her well into adulthood. Still, Vivian found comfort and strength in performing. After finishing high school, she left home to pursue a career in acting, changing her last name to Vance as a way to distance herself from her painful past. She studied drama and voice at the University of Kansas and later moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico, where she joined the Albuquerque Little Theater. It was there that her talent began to shine, and she started to build her reputation as a gifted actress. Vivian's time at the Albuquerque Little Theater helped her grow both personally and professionally. She played major roles in several productions and began gaining confidence in herself. Encouraged by her early success, she eventually moved to New York City to try her luck on Broadway. It was not an easy journey. Vivian faced many rejections and financial hardships. She often worked small jobs just to survive while attending auditions and improving her craft. But she never gave up. Her strong will and dedication helped her secure roles in stage plays, and little by little, she made her name in the theater world. Vivian Vance's early life was full of emotional pain, rejection, and hardship, but it also revealed her courage and determination. From a small-town girl who was told she'd never make it, she rose through the challenges to build the foundation for a remarkable career. Her early story is one of quiet strength and the power of believing in yourself when no one else does. Vivian Vance's journey to fame was anything but easy. After moving to New York City, she began performing in Broadway plays during the 1930s and 1940s. She appeared in productions such as Music in the Air, Skylark, and The Voice of the Turtle. Her talent was clear, but she was often cast in supporting roles and never quite reached leading lady status. Despite her success on stage, Vivian continued to battle insecurity and feelings of being overshadowed by more glamorous actresses of her time. She worked hard to prove her worth, often taking roles that demanded both emotional depth and comedic timing. Her big break came in 1951 when she was cast as Ethel Mertz in the groundbreaking television sitcom I Love Lucy. At first, she was hesitant to take the role. Vivian was only 2 years older than Lucille Ball and did not like the idea of playing a frumpy, older sidekick to Lucy's vibrant character. Additionally, the producers asked her to gain weight and wear unattractive clothing to make the contrast between the two characters more obvious. Still, she accepted the role, and it changed her life forever. Vivian Vance quickly became a household name. Her chemistry with Lucille Ball was undeniable, and the duo brought laughter into millions of homes across America. As Ethel Mertz, Vivian played the loyal, sarcastic, and often hilarious neighbor and best friend to Lucy Ricardo. She mastered the art of comedic timing, and her performance became essential to the show's success. Despite the fame and praise, Vivian often felt frustrated behind the scenes. Her relationship with her on-screen husband, William Frawley, who played Fred Mertz, was strained. The two actors did not get along personally, and their off-screen tension made filming difficult at times. Throughout her years on I Love Lucy, Vivian struggled with the feeling that she was not getting the recognition she deserved. She was constantly compared to Lucille Ball, who was not only the star of the show, but also a co-owner of the production company. This imbalance sometimes made Vivian feel like a secondary figure, even though her role was crucial to the show's charm. Nevertheless, she stayed with the series through its original run and the follow-up show, The Lucy Show, continuing to showcase her talent and professionalism. Vivian Vance's career was a mix of triumph and challenge. She rose from small theater stages to become one of television's most beloved figures, all while fighting personal battles and professional obstacles. Her journey to stardom proved that true talent can shine through, even in the most difficult circumstances. Vivian Vance's personal life was filled with emotional ups and downs, much like the characters she played on screen. Behind her cheerful and humorous performances was a woman who often felt alone and misunderstood. Vivian was married 4 times, and none of those marriages brought her lasting happiness. Her first marriage ended quickly, and the others followed a similar pattern of disappointment. Some of her relationships were marked by emotional distance and conflict, leaving her heartbroken and longing for real connection. Although she smiled for the cameras, those close to her knew she was often battling inner sadness. One of the deepest struggles in Vivian's life was her fight with depression. From her early years, she had carried emotional wounds from her strict and unloving upbringing. These wounds stayed with her and affected the way she related to people, especially in romantic relationships. She often felt she was not worthy of true love or affection. In a time when mental health was rarely discussed openly, Vivian carried her pain in silence, continuing to perform and entertain the world while privately suffering. There were also rumors about Vivian Vance's sexuality and personal identity, which added another layer of mystery to her private life. Some reports suggested that she had close relationships with women that went beyond friendship, but these matters were never publicly confirmed. Living in a time when being different could end a career, Vivian had to keep many parts of herself hidden from the public eye. This secrecy likely added more stress and emotional difficulty to her already complicated personal life. Her relationship with Lucille Ball, though admired by fans, also had its challenges. While they shared a strong bond and genuine respect for each other, their friendship experienced moments of tension and competition. Lucy was the star and often received more attention and credit. Vivian sometimes felt overshadowed, yet she never let this affect her professional commitment. She remained loyal to Lucy and the show, even when it meant pushing her own feelings aside. Vivian Vance's personal life reveals a woman who gave so much joy to others while often struggling to find peace within herself. Her story is not just one of fame and success, but of emotional survival, inner strength, and quiet endurance. She may have played the perfect sidekick on television, but in her real life, Vivian was fighting battles that few people ever saw or understood. Vivian Vance's legacy goes far beyond her role as Ethel Mertz. Though many remember her as the funny and supportive neighbor on I Love Lucy, her impact on television and the entertainment industry is much deeper. Vivian was one of the first women on American television to break away from traditional beauty standards. In a time when female roles were often limited to glamorous housewives or love interests, she proved that a woman could be funny, bold, and real, and still win the hearts of millions. Her character showed that women could be both strong and vulnerable, and that they did not have to fit into a narrow idea of perfection. Vivian's work on I Love Lucy helped redefine the role of the sidekick in television comedy. Before her, supporting characters were often forgettable, but Vivian brought such depth, timing, and emotion to Ethel Mertz that she became just as memorable as the lead. Many comedians and actresses who came after her have credited Vivian as a source of inspiration. Her performances helped shape the future of sitcoms, setting the standard for what a true comedy partner should be. Aside from her television success, Vivian also made contributions to the theater world and remained a respected stage actress throughout her life. She never stopped performing and continued to work in various productions after her time on television. Off-screen, she used her voice to speak about mental health struggles. Long before it became a common topic in public discussion, Vivian openly talked about her battles with depression, which helped others understand that even those who appear happy on the outside can be struggling inside. Vivian Vance also quietly supported many causes related to women's rights and mental health awareness. While she never made her activism public in a loud or flashy way, she believed in standing up for others and using her success to create positive change. Those who knew her personally spoke of her generosity, kindness, and deep empathy for people in pain. Even today, decades after her passing, Vivian Vance's influence continues. Her performances still air around the world, bringing laughter to new generations. She broke barriers for women in entertainment, redefined comedic roles, and proved that honesty, talent, and heart could leave a lasting mark. Vivian's legacy is not just one of fame, it is one of strength, courage, and a quiet revolution that changed television forever. In her later years, Vivian Vance faced a series of personal and health challenges that gradually took a toll on her body and spirit. After leaving the spotlight, she tried to enjoy a quieter life, away from the pressures of Hollywood. She moved to Belvedere, California, where she lived in a beautiful but often forgotten mansion. Though she occasionally returned to television for guest roles or interviews, her main focus became her personal healing and well-being. However, peace was hard to find. Vivian continued to struggle with depression and loneliness, especially as her health began to decline. In the mid-1970s, Vivian was diagnosed with breast cancer. She fought the disease with bravery and grace, going through painful treatments and surgeries in hopes of recovery. Despite the physical pain, she remained strong, refusing to let illness define her final chapter. She had the support of her close friends and her last husband, John Dodds, who stayed by her side during her most difficult moments. One of the most touching aspects of her final years was her ongoing friendship with Lucille Ball. The two had their ups and downs over the years, but their bond remained strong until the end. Lucy visited Vivian shortly before her death, and the two shared a deeply emotional goodbye. Vivian Vance passed away on August 17, 1979, at the age of 70. She died peacefully in her home, far from the cameras and stage lights that once defined her life. Her death did not make huge headlines, and many fans only learned of it long after it happened. But for those who truly knew her story, her passing marked the end of a life filled with talent, resilience, and quiet strength. While she left behind no children, she left a powerful legacy in television history and in the hearts of those who grew up watching her. Her death reminds us that fame often hides deep pain, and that behind every bright smile can be a long journey of struggle and courage. Vivian Vance may have left this world quietly, but the joy she brought, the barriers she broke, and the silent battles she fought continue to speak loudly. Her final moments, though touched by sadness, also reflected the grace and dignity that defined her life. Vivian Vance's story is one of laughter, pain, strength, and silent battles that the world rarely saw. From a small-town girl facing rejection and strict rules, to a television icon who helped shape the golden age of comedy, her journey is nothing short of remarkable. She brought joy to millions, yet behind the scenes, she faced heartbreak, loneliness, and personal struggles that never made the headlines. Her legacy lives on in every scene she lit up and every actress she inspired. Now, we want to hear from you. What part of Vivian Vance's journey touched you the most? Was it her powerful performances, her strength in the face of personal pain, or the quiet courage with which she lived her final years? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We read and appreciate every word. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more powerful and emotional untold stories of Hollywood's greatest stars. Vivian Vance may be gone, but her story deserves to be remembered and shared.